Hi my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. We are on week 2 of the mushrooms, and so let me show you my row 2. Oh, I almost lost my shoe there. Okay, so here is row 2. Let me get back. Look at this, look at this. Okay, I could lift it up a little bit. Okay, so there is row 2, and this is how you can now see like how wide this is. It's a perfect little size quilt, and you can put, you know, the borders will make it a little bit wider. So this is how wide the mushroom part is, and we're on 4 rows for this guy. Now, I told you I would share with you one of the other colorations that Wendy did for the mushrooms, so you could see something really, really different. So let's take a look at that. Here is another version of the mushrooms that Wendy colored in her computer. So she did all the blues from Tiny Secrets, and you can see she popped the dark ones, and then the ginghams here, like row 2 and 3 have ginghams. There's little gingham on row 1, little gingham on row 4. She has the light background one on row 1, 2, here the little one on 3 and 4. So you can kind of use that formula if you want to do a scrappy one color mushroom. Just pick the same number of fabrics and then place them like she did. All blue, all red, all pink, all green. Green mushrooms, I don't know. It might fit your decor. So I do have another one to show you then next week. I'll show you another one next week. And she did a few that were kind of similar, so there's hard to tell, but they were using a lot of the different fabrics. But the one next week is very, very different because it has a dark background, and so it's really, really gorgeous for those of you who love doing dark backgrounds. All right, so what we have is the rest of the video here. Ta-da, ta-da, is I was walking around my space here on 2 different occasions, quite a couple weeks apart or so, 10 days or so apart, and I filmed both of them, and I thought it would be a sort of different take today to share thoughts, and I'm still trying to gear back up to get back to doing some quilting. This is September 3rd. As of today, my mom is still in rehab, but when I'm filming, as of filming, she's in rehab. I'm hoping, as of this, actually, you're seeing it, that possibly she has been able to move out to her apartment. So that is my hope. We'll let you know next week what is what on that. So I did a little filming. Let's first look at the first section. I just finished filming about mid-August video, and I thought, I need to clean up around here, and I thought I'd just show you a little bit about what I'm doing and where things are. So let's take a look. This is still what has been up since I left in June. So I want to take that down, even though I haven't put the binding on. The binding is there. I think I'll just fold it and put it here, because I'm going to have the mushroom up there, which you've already seen, but I filmed this a little bit ago. These have to be put somewhere. I kept these out of the bundle, which were all the kind of novelty print, had the animals in them, so they need to put somewhere. These I need to show you, and I have a stack. I may have even showed you by now, since I'll say it again, I'm filming this the other day. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what's going on. These were the pieces from the Christmas mystery. I'm going to take those down. I'm going to take this stuff, and there's also more in the cabinet over there, and I'm going to put it in a bag as a project to give to the charity group so they can do it. That way I can free up these boards, and then this quilt will get folded here. Okay, over here I just stacked some stuff. This was the crochet that I started in Montana. I actually ordered the hooks, which I don't need hooks, but I ordered them anyways. Ordered this really pretty yarn, and I did that when I was in Montana. Not done it since. This is stuff I need to show. This is some stuff that's old from my mom's things. That's my high school graduation. Yes, I'll show it to you sometime. If you feel like you want to see it, let me know. She actually had one of my old patterns down there. So I'll have to weed through that. I actually need to go through this and rehome some of this, send it to the charity groups. It's just a little overwhelming right now. These are things that I've already shown you in a video. If not, if I'm showing this earlier, you'll see them then. I have to go put the mushrooms away. There's a sneak peek there of Wendy's new book. Oh, I'm not going to show you anymore. Not going to show you anymore. I got to hide it. Okay, I've been sitting with this on my lap. It's a quilt that my friends who helped me here made for me a while back, and I've been sitting with it on my lap. That letter with the heart is a free pattern at the Fat Quarter Shop. I do have cross-stitch stuff back here that right now I'm not worrying about. When my mom was here for the few days before she went to the hospital, she was using this cart, so I had like taken everything out of it. And here's the more up on the rooftop, so I need to take that basket and empty it. Okay, and I have plants that need repotted, but that's for another day. So here we go. Here we go. And it doesn't look so bad, but there's just these little things, and I'm going to go ahead and get those done because as of today, as I'm filming this, I have still not sewn anything in months. So, and since the middle of June. So I need to, I'll get doing it again. So that one was done earlier, and then just the other day actually it's the same day I'm filming this, which is a few days ago. I was trying to I'd move things around, trying to get organized, and actually wanting to work on something, get something going. I didn't plug my machine in yet, but I wanted to get a project going. Here we go. So I'm just filming this little bit where I'm looking around. I needed to get organized, so I decided to put everything that I got in while I was gone and just recently from the Fat Quarter Shop over here so I can kind of review it. This is some older stuff. This all needs reviewed and see what I'm going to use and just share and whatever. And I thought, okay, I need to plug in my machine and do a little bit of sewing just to kickstart it, because I just don't have any desire to do that right now, but I want to get it going again. So what did I decide? Let's take a look. Over here I thought, okay, I can do the mini muffins. What I have to do is I've got four blocks is what each of these units here is, and they have to have corners, sew-in flips for one corner on each, which means I need to lay each one out how I like it, because there are some directional fabrics, and so like I don't want this going the wrong way, at least when I put the four of them together. And then I don't want, like maybe these two have been the same fabric. I don't want those next to each other, so I have to, kind of work on that. And for some reason, I don't have a square for the middle on this one, so I'm going to have to find, see here's where I don't want that. Don't want that going on. So maybe I just switch them like this. Does that work? That's better. These are not bad. I might switch them, because they're over there too. The little flowers are over there. We're doing that too. Okay, hey. All right. Oh, yeah, these are different. They're not the same. I think that'll be it. So I just need to find a square for the center, because I seem to have not done that. And then I can do my flips on these four outers. And so I am going to use Gratitude and Grace's white, because I wanted to, it's got the little lace on it, the little lacy image. I wanted this to feel very summery, and so I think that white there will be just perfect. So I think I'm going to find one of the fabrics that's in the reddy, pinky, or even this color. Did I do that? No, I kept them all blue. All the others were blue. Blue. So so that one will have to be, I'll be blue. So I'll see what I can find. I got out the 2.5 inch squares, and the only one I did was this dark one, and I don't have any of those others, and I do think I was very low on all of those, so I didn't really have a lot of them. And so I was just looking down here along the edge to see if I even see any of them that I shoved in here, like any little extra piece, and I'm not finding that either. And so I think I might just use that. There's a dot that I pulled. So, oh, that's aqua. Oh, wait, there they are on the back. Hold on. Here they are, the like little flowers, tossed flowers. This was the bigger white flowers and the plaid. So those are the, oh, and then this darker one. And then the hoops. Okay, so they all just got in the back here. And okay, so that's all the group that I had. I'm thinking, because I already have the plaid, I have this one here and this one here, that I'll go ahead and do this blue for the center of these guys. And that'll work. That will work fantastic. Yes. Okay. I think that layout is fine. Unless, let me just see. Is this even more fine? Oh no, because those, can't do that. No, 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 no. Can't do that. Okay, so this will be fine. These kind of in the camera almost look the same, but they're not. So okay, I am going with this. I now will have to cut all that for. I might cut it for all 4 blocks. So that's what I'm going to do. The other thing I want to do is just extend this just a little bit longer. I might just do one checkerboard of orange and black, and then maybe a strip of just black on the bottom. Maybe a double checkerboard up there, maybe nothing here, just to make it just a little bit longer to fit my space. And also for the little houses, which I printed over the pattern to go with that I showed you the other day, I can find some little images for the windows, little extra fun things I have with this. I reduced down my Halloween collection to just this. These are the kind of novelty fabrics. So I'll look for those doors and see what might work from here. So that'll be good. Oh, there's some sweet little figures on there. Yeah. So I'm going to keep this basket out for now. So that's the other thing. My friend who does my long arming for me, she said, yeah, she could fit this in September or even, early October for me. I got the orange and black bins back. Well, I have a second bin of black. I don't know why I have so much black. Orange, I have reduced down. These are a lot of kind of rusty ones. And so the orange ones are just this limited amount here. And I found one that will work. And I'm just going to do like hopefully a double checkerboard. It's a little bit brighter, but it will be at the top, alternating with the black. And I have this little pin dot, and there's plenty of that. Maybe I'll I have some stripes I might use for the binding that might work nice. Actually, this, no, it's too peachy. That's peachy. So much peach. Yeah, no, I don't have I have another bin of black with stripes. So I may end up with there's stripes. There's one sort of vintagey. Let me see. I'm going to put that over here. I think that gives the vibe. Gives a little bit of the vibe. Oh, too white. Okay, I'll look around. So it is ready. Here it is. It is ready. And I will have it over by my machine, and I will try to start working on that, because that one is an easy, mindless thing once I lay them out for the order, the 4 blocks for the order. The rest of it's easy. I cut all the white strips already, so I'm good to go. Now this last part is more of a sort of reflection and just thoughts, but I still wanted to put it out here, and it was done a couple weeks ago. I probably want to have a conversation at one point about how we get ourselves going again with sewing when life has gotten in the way. What I'm finding for myself is that my brain just compartmentalizes, and I am focused on, there's a lot of things for my mom's life, the stuff for her life that has to move and be adjusted and changed and give me access and things like that. and to come from Montana to Virginia that I have to, Greg and I are both working on. And sometimes other people's things are a little bit more complex than you think they're going to be. And so they take a lot of back and forth with different companies and blah, 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 blah. So, if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. It just takes a lot of mental work. And I just cannot look at something and think, what do I have to do? I can't even look at a cross-stitch chart right now and go like, where was I on that? Where do I start? I think if I concentrate at one point and get a little bit of one of them started, then I could pick it up again. But I can't like really take it with me to the rehab and work on it like that. It's just, isn't working for me. So anyway, I could maybe take that crochet, but it's just not in me right now. But I think it's in me to go ahead and get this stuff sort of fixed up so I can use that design wall and eventually put the binding on London Town. And if you have things that have worked for you when you haven't been able to do your personal things and they've been a long time, share in the YouTube here or over at the Fireside Chat at Facebook, not in the main group, but in the Fireside Chat, about what you do to kind of keep going get going after it's been a long time. I know in the past I would just tell people, well, just start a little something. But what I'm realizing is there are different pockets of where we are. And like for me in particular right now, nothing works for me to just get started. It is a no-go, pretty much. It's like, that's too much decision. Decision fatigue is where I'm at. I'm in major decision fatigue, so I can't make decisions on anything other than what is absolutely necessary right now. But anyways, it's the way it is. It'll pass. The things will get resolved, and then we won't have so many different decisions, and then health will get a little bit more stabilized, and then that'll be easier. So it eventually will happen, but I don't know when. So, okay. So that I thought would be just a little spin around here and a little discussion of where I am. And I'm filming this on actually August 16th. Yeah, that's that long ago. All right, my friend, I hope you enjoyed maybe seeing a little bit of how I am trying to work through things. Maybe you have been in that spot before. Maybe you are in that spot now and you are also trying to kind of work through things. We all have to do it at some point in time. Okay, mushrooms week number 2. There we go. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.